Welcome to Wow. I am Sumbodies Mama. Shout outs to my very tiny, intimate crowd. We are going to have a beautiful show tonight. It is a beautiful day outside. I'm so excited, but I want to let you know I got such a disturbing message today, y'all. And I get to share it with you. I guess this will be kept on YouTube forever, but today, what's today's date? June 4th. My son kissed his first girl. My heart is broke. That's my man. Oh, and his teacher texts me. He said the lunch lady wanted to let us know that Miles Davis is kissing little girls. All right. I was thinking about him, and so I wanted to let y'all know that I'm traumatized for the rest of my life. Nothing is going to be okay. But I'm excited to be here, and I have a very small, intimate list. Some people are coming in. We're doing a new thing where we're signing up via the internet, and it's kind of cool. So this is how this is gonna work. I'm gonna say who's gonna be on deck, and that'll be who's coming up after the person who's on the microphone. So on deck, we have Kai, but on the microphone right now, it's Sumbodies Mama. It is an open mic, and I do get 6 minutes, right? I am going to represent the Nuyorican slam team and New York City on a team of people in a few days, next week on the 10th. And this is one of the poems that we're supposed to be taking, and I should have it all the way memorized, and feel free to boo at me if I don't. It's called The Popo Slide. There is no memory of the first instance. For me, dance is a knowing, not a remembering. I cannot tell you how, I just know the boogie like a monster. Now everybody step out of the car with your hands up and your backs turned. This ain't nothing new. The Popo Slide should come natural to you if you're young and you're black, or you're black and you're old, then you should know the basic steps to survival. Now slide to your left. Take it back now, y'all. 1 cop, 2 cops, just a routine stop. The truth of being black is a dance routine, a soul train line or a railroad longer than freedom, a knowing of our mortality. Right foot, left step. Left foot, left step. Hands on your head, hands on your head. The first time I danced for a policeman's pistol was a clerical error. Paperwork turned traffic stop into a thin line between body and bullet. 1 cop, 2 cops, just a routine stop. There is no memory of the first instance. For me, fearing the police is a knowing, not a remembering. I cannot tell you how, I just know the monsters. 1 cop, 2 cops, the truth of being black is a thin line between body and bullet, is a 2-step taught to us by our older cousin at a cookout hosted by Big Mama. When I became a mama, I started to feel the fear in the frequency of the music, the trauma of the treble teasing their hands on their guns, cause I'm young and I'm black and my hat's real low. Is that why sirens sing a massacre out of mothers? Is that why badges steal brown babies with bullets and call it justice? Don't brown boys deserve to be men? Don't they deserve to be silvered by the glory of living past a routine stop? Why is it routine for us to die? There is no memory of the first instance. When did the protection get written out of the protocol? I cannot tell you how. Pray, painted predator, only permitted protection as a privilege, not as a birthright, not of remembering black boys a beast, not worthy of humanity, knowing they're made simply to shuck and jive the slave in Sambo and sunshine at barbecue that get broke up by men in blue. 1 cop, 2 cops, just a routine stop. The first time I danced for a policeman's pistol, I was pulled over on my way home from a cookout hosted by Big Mama. I had danced Earlier in the day, the cha-cha slide with my son, and he took comfort in the compliance, and I did not complain about his submission. I know there is a spirit tied to surrender. I know there's a soundtrack that samples the joys of my very black-ass life. I know my son will see the resemblance in the song and the sirens. I know he will comply, and when he gets home, we will celebrate how he fell in line with the music and rode the melody back home to his mama. Now everybody clap, 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 clap your hands for that. All right, so on deck I have Hannah, but coming up to the stage, give it up for Kai. Hold on, wait a minute. Go back. I was up here, about 5 new people came in and we got quieter. Ain't no way in hell. Kai is New York City's Youth Poet Laureate. I'ma need you to clap like you ain't gotta pay your student loans back or something. Something gotta give. Coming up to the stage, give it up for Kai. The nerve. That's it. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry. Hello. Hi, everyone. That poem really, yeah. And my poem that I'm going to share with you all tonight is really connected to that piece. Yeah, I have a little brother. His name is Justice, and it's hard being the older sister of a black boy. He's 10 years younger than me, so it's like I'm the second mom. So this poem is from the perspective of both like sister and second mom. My little brother's name is Justice, and I wish that didn't seem so ironic, like a Palestinian named Peace, like a black girl named Safety. My brother's name is my mama's greatest manifestation. But some days it just sounds like a cruel joke to me. I imagine the headlines, Justice found dead at 19. I imagine Justice hopping the wrong turnstile on the wrong day. I imagine Justice drowning in irony, dressed in eulogy, and all I can say is, dear black boy, I'm sorry. But when the cops come, my body won't be there to bear the bullets they've engraved with your name now. Say sorry. Say yes, sir, and no, sir. Say sorry or say nothing at all, because they will say you asked for it. Because you asked for it, didn't you? What were you wearing? How late at night? It's in their nature, and you should know how to hide your skin, sin, devil boy. They see devil in all that black boy, and when they call you boy, bite down. Assume the body cam broken. Black boy, I'm begging you to hide whatever you need to hide to get on home, Justice. Come home. To colonizers, justice smells like a gun, festering and seeded, weeding its way through a black boy's veins since birth. He got a gun in his mouth, cocked in the crook of his smile. He got a gun tucked behind his ear like a magician's quarter. He got a gun. Look, can't you see it? Can't you see the hilt protruding like bone from flesh buried beneath his skin? That black boy got a gun in his head. Can't you see him thinking about killing us? Can't you see him contemplating justice to colonizers? Justice smells like a gun, festering and seeded, weeding its way through a black boy's veins since birth. That black boy got a gun in his veins. So it don't matter whether he's crawling or walking or running or driving or sleeping on or sitting on the ground with his hands up. My brother's name is my mama's greatest manifestation, a prayer or a promise pressed into his breath when justice breathes. When justice breathes, when my 9-year-old brother Justice breathes. 14-year-old Emmett Till rises like the sun from the Tallahatchie River when justice breathes. 12-year-old Tamir Rice's toy gun has real bullets this time, and Officer Tim isn't fast enough to stop him when justice breathes.
A pair of black boys grow their wings, one on earth and one in heaven. When justice breathes, all angels wear hoodies. When justice breathes, when justice breathes, when justice. Thank you. Thank you. My name is Kai. You can find me at KaiDGPoet on Instagram. Love y'all. I'm excited for tonight.
Kai is amazing. Please, just as Kai did, before you get off of this microphone, plug yourself. Tell us how we can find you. You never know who is watching. You never know who's in the crowd. You never know who really needs to be attached to your work because it's saving them somehow. Make sure that you plug yourself. So on deck I have, all right. Lost my list. Nope, got it back. On deck we have Bubblesz. Bubblesz! Hi, Bubblesz! On deck we have Bubblesz, but coming up to the stage, I think this might be my son's favorite poet after the last open mic. Give it up for Hannah! Seriously. Yeah, oh yeah, come on.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Hi, everyone. This one is a very new poem. Yeah, I really wanted to hear that. Okay. This boy asked me to write him a love letter. I laughed and said, sure. Deploying my coy act, pretending like he doesn't make me melt, telling me that what I've felt so far is just a crush. An orange, bubbly soda. My childhood summer drink, the perfect pair to pool-soaked hair, grass-stained feet, sun-blushed cheeks, my parched tongue relieved by a crush. I feel like that around this boy. He loves oranges and makes my tummy feel bubbly. It felt like fate at first. My friend joked he was my hubby. But the bubbles keep building, and now I'm scared that they'll burst, yet still my thirst craves my crush on my parched lips. But with each sip, I start to spiral into the abyss. His big brown eyes make me melt like the SpongeBob SquarePants ice cream he adores. I've dealt with melting before, but the floor feels like sand. Sand and ice cream don't really mix. This time I might be beyond a quick fix. I'm afraid of falling for another boy who just wants a taste of the shore, to dip his toes in the water, apathetic to the sea when he sees that I'm not just a fantasy. Why is it so hard for men to fucking respect me? Maybe I'm a hypocrite. I also have a fantasy. To find a boy who's not a dick to me. Is that such a far-fetched reality? A boy who doesn't toy with my feelings. I'm tired of acting coy to protect myself. I just want to enjoy a crush, but I put too much trust and lust. All it takes is a brush of his hand, and I assume that he wants to leave land. Wash the sand off his toes as he dives in the sea. See, this is my fantasy, for someone to actually like the real me. Instead, I fall victim to any boy who makes my heart rush and my cheeks blush, who makes me melt like ice cream with his touch, and the look in his eyes that makes me feel like I must sip a bit more of my orange crush. Hope that this time, the bubbles won't combust, and remind me why I shouldn't have self-trust. Okay. Thank you. You can find me on my Instagram at Hannah Blaseg. My last name is Blaseg. Thank you.
Listen, Hannah is phenomenal. There's something about your writing where you can carry that metaphor from the beginning to the end, and it's a very beautiful thing. Not all writers are okay with being consistent with that one visual throughout a piece, and it brings me to a beautiful, I don't want to say orgasm, but it's a poetic orgasm. It's like a climax. It's wonderful. Writers don't get enough credit. Okay, on deck, I have...
Sumbodies Mama, sorry, I'm so many technical. It's the heat. The track is not yet ready. Could we go to the next poet before we go to Bubblesz?
Oh, yeah, no problem. Hey, people at home, we having some technical difficulties, so I know I told you that Bubblesz was gonna come up next. I know I said that to you, but her track is is taking some time. And because I don't want to bring up the next poet without somebody in between, I'm gonna spit a little minute piece, and then on deck will be somebody who I've met at the top of this year. Her name is Jackie, the Poetic Therapist. And she has been making moves. She has been making moves that I have never even made in these streets. She's a phenomenal writer. She's an even better person. So I can't wait for you to see her. So on deck, we have Jackie, the Poetic Therapist. But right now, Sumbodies Mama gonna kick you a minute piece, okay? When Cardi B says she's a gangster in a dress, she means every time a brown girl is born in the Bronx, the concrete of our jungle turns them into a beast, both beautiful and lethal. Now, should the beast dream beyond the stripper pole, the hood will say it is deluded by hunger, but to honor the hunger of the beast is both an ode to Apple and Eve. She means, girl, you better eat. She means when they offer you the welfare line, recognize that bag ain't big enough. She means big apple dreams. She means the dark did come first and a bad bitch came after to keep her foot on their necks with a 16 harder than any erection she's ever inspired. She's inspired a movement. She means dream, brown girl, dream. Don't be ashamed when they call you a beast, brown girl, feast. Bloody shoes on your feet, brown girl, boss. From the Bronx, she means I'm as good as it gets. Dead ass. All right, so on deck, I got Bubblesz, but coming up to the stage, give it up for my good friend, Jackie, the Poetic Therapist. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love everything about you.
Thank you. Peace, everybody. Okay. All right. So this is called Don't Fold. This is, I'm single and all that. So I'm just talking about what I'm looking for and what I would like in my man, the next person I choose to love. All right, here we go. I want a man who declares pressure, who suffers from severe gestures, never pestering, always gesturing, always wanting to know what we can do and where we can go together. A man who can shield me from any weather, a man who's plenty clever, a man who can turn on any lever, a man who doesn't burn bridges, a man whom I love to live with in life, a man who will make me a wife, a man whose heart isn't ice, a man with a heart that is light, a man who brings darkness to light, a man whose pockets aren't light, a man with a heart that is light, a man that knocks sockets out lights, a man who brings sockets to lights, a man who can knock it, socket, bop it all night. Yeah, he can knock it all night. This man may be from Houston, so if we have problems, we can solve them. Yeah, we can rock it all night. I'll be his little firecracker. We'll get it popping all night. Yeah, I want a man, despite this world, he understands. He has the world in his hands. And when his hands are on your girl, he has the world in his hands. We'll tour the world with your girl. We'll make swirls in the sand. And in the sand, we'll hold hands while wearing pearls like we're clams. With frozen water on our necks, 2 clear water blue sets with matching stylish swim sets on private islands and jets. Will be the perfect set fit for the cover of Jet or the cover of Ebony. We'll uncover our destiny, create our own magazine. We'll be the cover of Destiny. A real man who understands he'll be stressed out for stretching me. A real man who won't want beef, so he'll never heifer me. He will come correct with me so he can connect with me, and we'll read each other's minds like we got telepathy. If you think that you could be this man and you want to come step to me, please apply pressure, please. Follow instructions, what we cooking, cause I am the recipe. I am the recipe. Step 1, apply pressure to recipe. Step 2, apply pressure to recipe. Step 3, do not pressure the recipe. And once we're cooking, watch the buttons, do not press the recipe. And this is hot off the press, you see. I need a lover, not a teacher. I done learned all my lessons, please. So no more love lessons, please. Cause I'm feeling like a soldier who's at war. I wanna unload my weaponry. I beg and I plead, no more weapons, please. So our hearts can go open sesame. It's time to uncover our destiny and pose on the cover of Destiny. The cover story will read Lovers of Destiny. How pressure builds diamonds when applied to the recipe. Okay, that's it. Yeah. So I'm Jackie, the Poetic Therapist, and you can find me on Instagram at Jackie, the Poetic Therapist. Thank you.
I want to say, Jackie, I don't want to out you, but I realized today on this open mic, you didn't have any fidget toy, nothing to soothe your nerves, and you did a great job. You did a great job, and I like that when you're performing with nothing in your hands, there's no moment of distraction for me to think about what is that thing. And I think this was one of the best poems I've heard from you. I love this. I love to see you come back and you keep growing and you bring me light. All right, so how we doing, sound people? Chris. Hi, Chris and Ron. No, it's okay.
We want to listen to the beautiful.
I want to hear Bubblesz' track. So now you tell me what's going on. Do y'all need a moment for Bubblesz?
Maybe we can have one more.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to let the 2 last people on the list go ahead, right? Then we're going to have you open up for our feature of the night. Okay? All right?
2 songs.
Yeah. Oh, we got 2 songs?
We can do 2 rounds.
Oh, yeah, no. Listen, Bubblesz could do what she want to do. But what we gonna do now, right? And now hear me. I'm so sorry. Because in a world where I keep telling you who's on deck and that's not the person, this is crazy. I'm gonna grab my cell phone. Hold on. Because my handy dandy list is now, it's digitalized. It's kind of crazy. So on deck, I have Paul. Hi, Paul. I met you earlier. Right now it's me again because I don't want to do y'all like that. But like in a world where, I wasn't ready for this. I don't ever want somebody to come up here and not read anything. So can I read you guys a free write? Yes. I was born the river and the tent, raised to be the run of routine and the change, the hope and the cage, the bird and the song, and still dinner on time. I was raised to love men who make war and vote bullets from snipers into children. I was born to soothe egos, suck dick and raise sons. My ceilings are glass so they could micromanage my reach, and should I dare grow too close to the shine of their testosterone, I will have to clean the shards of my own breaking free, because men do not clean, they conquer. While their daughters organize the chaos by excuses, I've learned to make myself small in places God drew me a galaxy. This is a man's world, maintained by the militancy of matriarchy, but they will not call us by our names. Instead, they will stand in front of us and call it protection. But we know now this is how they hide the hand women have played in everything, because ain't we make everything from our wounds? Ain't we bleed and breastfeed and stroke your minuscule masculinity? Ain't we lullaby and laundry lists and menage your demons into the closet? You make us spring clean quietly as not to interrupt the men from their boy-like desires to destroy any and all things that honor their mamas. My mama had a mama who taught us all this silence, a kind of soft men want us to be. Only when they are looking, we learn soon after that they will often look past us. We become only visible in the peripheral vision of their egos. It was a free write. Cool. In a space where I want to honor not just bringing somebody into the microphone. So, on deck I have Jade, but coming up to the stage, give it up for Paul.
Thank you. Que es la que hay? It's about 10 days away from the 35th anniversary of this poem. Some things never change, and we do make progress. This has, I was fortunate enough to get this published in Aloud, Voices from the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. June 15th, 1990. Pounded onto the door of my building. ¿Quién habla por los niños? I wanted to come out and play, but I have to go to the supermarket because the price of beans has doubled in 1 week. What's the most confusing day in Harlem? What do spaghetti and women have in common? What do you get when you cross a Mexican and an Italian? Why was a gay fired from the sperm bank? What do you call a Vietnamese and a Trans Am? Did you hear about the Polish lesbian? Why are Jewish men circumcised? What do you get when you cross a Japanese woman with a Chinese woman? Why did God invent women? What can you sell to a senior citizen? Yeah, well, what do you get when you cross government with TV? Why is free world just a market term that means get it while you can? What do you get when you cross sex with public discussion? What do you get when you cross justice with a bank account? Why did Hollywood and Disneyland want to be seen as major industrial sites? Why does everything in the food store have fucking poison in it, but they put louder slogans and brighter colors on the boxes? Why do rich people think that if they get together at a party, eat roast beef, drink champagne, dance, and pay money to a charity, then they will not have to really do a fucking thing about poverty and disease? Why can't the largest manufacturers of jail cells pay any attention to foreign buyers? Why do Republicans and Democrats spend money and lie to each other while the right wing throws bombs at women's health clinics and decimates culture to show government is not in power? Why is public education a war of attrition? Why is the scene a place where people wear sprayed-on personality? Why are criminals the only people who believe in the law? Why is the only punishment for original sin this fucking government? Why have inalienable rights moved from the 7th to the 8th planet from the sun? Why does famous babies have no names? They are just descriptions of the end. Beat by mother, stabbed by father, fallen out the 13th floor, starved and deprived of sunlight, stolen, dumped in the trash, born high on freebase, sold. Why can lynchings still be done out in plain sight, in the public, in broad daylight, day after day after day, 400 fucking years after they said it was all over, and be done by a killer cop bullet? Why don't they call that thing standing up out there in the bay the Statue of Equality? I'm going to come and stand in the crowd in Astor Place and block traffic so a mad flash of a youth could pump a skateboard fast enough to hurl himself over 4 trash cans. I want to hear the smeared clack of the wheels. I want to see him midair, knees up to his ears. I want to hear the voices jeer, coax, and scream as his legs unravel past the 4th can and rip the waiting board from stillness. I want to catch the 3-year-old bumbling on 3rd Street wrapped in heavy coils of Christmas lights that turn him into a tiny constellation, a zodiac of untied sneakers, scratched knees, 115 15 volts, neon Nino skin, twinkling, tiny, fragile, courageous festival of minuscule ignitions, celebrating unguide-led and wordless. I wanted to see the grease-caked men edge out of the trash hauler's garage to have their faces stretched by the girl who is dancing all the way up the middle of East 3rd Street, the Reverend Pedro Pietri Way, wearing only a man's jacket. I want to hear her laughter split the street. I want to hear her singing Drain the Weight from every stone. I want to see her steal those men's shadows. I want her smile. I wanted to come out and play, but they are closing down the Nuyorican Poets Cafe because the city government says they are required to put in another toilet. Yeah, right. You can keep this whole neighborhood under service like you've done forever and then shut us down for it. Put in my mailbox. Planifiquemos juntos para luchar contra el abuso del casero y desplazamiento y poder defender nuestro vecindario para la gente que vivimos aquí. Yeah, that's what happens when landlords own the language. That's what happens when language has a landlord. We're the future. We're the future. We're the future. We're the future. No, we're the future. No, we're the future. It's our future. We own it. We bought it. It's our future. No, we're the future. We own this future. We took it. We colonized it. It's our future. No, we're the future. No, we're the future. Teach me equality. Teach me hate for violence. Teach me how to recognize my own hungers. If you don't, I won't hear the clever words of any more of your lessons. Well, I don't know about all that future shit. You can just fuck all your futures, right? You can close the Nuyorican Poets Cafe all the way down for as long as you want. All I know is we are all free. That's right, baby. I am free. You are free. We are all free. You know why? Because this whole fucking world is still unfinished. Thank you.
Paul, that's in our Nuyorican allowed. True. Yes, it is in our anthology. That's amazing. Paul, you're a part of the foundation. Get out. Get out. Give it up to Paul. Paul, that was amazing. Also, like, the way that you introed the piece by saying it's the 35-year anniversary, correct? And then talking about how history repeats itself. We're literally shut down right now. Now, it is for Reconstruction, but I mean, the entire poem is just a mirror image of what we're going through now. That was beautiful. Okay, so I've got one more person, two more people on my open mic list. So, sound people, we all right? The track is ready, but Bubblesz is still gonna open for our feature. So that means on deck I have, let me not lie to you. Yeah, I was about to call you Styles P. Listen, I love Styles P. Shout out to you if you're watching, homie. You know, big bro shit. Love you. On deck, I have Spoken P, but coming up to the stage right now, he's a member of the Rose Garden freshman list. And he also just happens to be one of my favorite up-and-coming writers. He also happens to be so tall. Give it up for Jade!
You know, I think I'm very crazy for saying this, but I'm actually starting to think that there's DEI in politics. No, look. I'm very serious. All these donkeys, elephants, and independents, they are so DEI that they confuse iPhones for all of the times that Uncle Sam sung the national anthem. So, there are 3 branches of government, right? Our last names came when our ancestors were lynched from those family trees, lynched from mobs, lynched from the KKK, all just because we wanted to express our KKK, our Kunta Kinte cloths. Quote, the revolution will not be televised. It's been more like a long-ass movie to learn our roots. I was told that money doesn't grow on trees, minus all of the bills they keep growing in the legislative branch. Donald Trump, the CEO, or the Commander-in-Chief Executive Order just signed a bunch of them on his first day in office. The segue to Project 2025. Nothing has changed. Nothing will change. In fact, I was inspired by John Burke and Jaman Hill to try this haiku. Let's try this out. Slave master to cop, slave master, crack of his whip, cop, puts crack in whips. See? Wow. No change, except the climate. A hole in the ozone, a hole in one for the Gulf of America. Maybe climate change could evaporate the swamp that Trump wants to drain. It's sink or swim, but the sunken place makes us fall into that same drain. So you don't believe in global warming, yet the country is a melting pot. So you believe in the melting pot, so what's the melting point of ice? Rounding up fans and sending them to detentions? My bad. Summer camps. Global warming does exist, but not in the way that you think. Global warming is the heat in the kitchen because people of color being knowing how to cook, surviving all kinds of weather. It's called seasoning for a reason. Rising seas, rising heat, but we will be the ones with the temperature check, or as the majority call it, temp work. Choose one. Remember, the seas are rising, so whichever one floats your boat. Illegals are aliens. Meanwhile, Elon and Trump, aka E.T., they barely give each other any space. Where Elon finds himself in space more than so-called aliens. SpaceX and X Spaces on Twitter. Wait, is it Elon and Trump for E.T. or Musk and Donald for MD? Because with MD, they got help from the Electoral College, so folks will accept slavery and reject global warming. I'll call it master's degree, MD. Why not invest in mental health? That's on the rise. Oh wait, I forgot. Personality disorders are the only borderline that politicians don't give a fuck about. And also, as a Capricorn, I'm very offended by January 6th. I was born on January 5th. Nobody remembers my birthday, so I'll just call it January 6th Eve from now on. Anyway, last but not least, if you ever dare to compare black people to cotton, correct me if I'm wrong, but cotton crops held American soil in place to prevent erosions. That must be why you call your elections landslides. How's that for climate change? We are the deciding factor. Fuck your political party colors. Fuck them both. You may be red and blue like Spider-Man, remember. We will always be the swing vote. Hi guys, so my name is Jade. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at *_like_the_poet, star like the sun, _like thumbs up, _the like THE, _poet like people of eccentric talents. Thank you.
Listen, oh my goodness, I don't be lying to y'all. I don't get paid to lie. I'm not in the business of fibbing. I told y'all this young man was a beast. Did you hear it? Whatever went over your head, feel free to refer back to the recording of this live stream. Don't miss it. Do yourself that favor. You're amazing. I'm such a fan. All right, so on deck. And I promise, like, if she don't come up, Ron, Chris, y'all might have to come up here and beatbox the track. Y'all might get, y'all gotta get together. Get your pen, and then we got a little stool here. I know somebody went to public school in the city. Yeah, get it together. Paul, you back there too. Not in the control room.
But back there, I know you might have could have went. You got a little kink to the head, so I know you could hold a rhythm. Y'all gonna get it together. But on deck, this time, I promise you, it's Bubblesz on deck. It's Bubblesz. Bubblesz gonna hit this stage. But coming up to the microphone, give it up for Spoken P.
Unbelievable. Hey, everybody. How's everybody? Here to see you. Uh-huh. This is new shit. It's called How Am I a Father? Letter to my kids. What is father? Is it a higher overseeing us? Is it the man that helped create us and mating with our mother? Is it what some of us males are due to being the other half and creating others? See, I get stuck staring, looking at my face. Am I her or him? 'Cause her is my spirit, while him has been a ghost for almost my whole life, so I definitely know what it is to be a fatherless child. I know I'm not the only one, though. It's what life chose for me, just listening to this music with no control of the dial. Wondering if he really was a father, would I have been on a different beat or prevented me from growing so wild? Don't know if he's alive or dead, but these are thoughts that at one time I couldn't get out of my head, which are not in my control. Just know if you hear or read this, I don't hate you. If anything, I pray for you as the man who helped create me with all of my soul. To live in it, to now saying how life be lifing, as well as life be playing some crazy ass games, just we have to understand not to play them games. See, games are meant for only one winner. Though winning, why does it seem to always come with a cost? I guess that's why being a loser seems to be easier, making it be less work to win and easier to walk off. Knowing that my walking off was the hardest thing to do as I stood before yous, I was saying, I am your father. To then gifting and giving yous two broken homes, making you guys have broken lives. I still remember seeing the disgust in your eyes. Just know, most importantly, as my two kids, nothing in this world has and will make me prouder. Though with no example of a teacher, just a knowing of what I went through is something I don't want my kids to go through either. I would have stayed in the situation with your mother to give you guys two parents that I never had. I didn't care for the destruction of myself, but the reality was I was the destroyer, destroying myself, which was a big reason of toxicity between your parents, which in turn, we were then spilling toxicity on yous. There's no hiding that to self. Angry and full of resentment was locked in you guys to now taking over 4 years on just starting to understand how you guys felt. See, in my head, I was always trying to do right, but seemingly all my decisions were going left. I should have been better not to run to my vices, because as much as I didn't want to be with your mother and just to be left with my devices, when it finally happened was the realization of losing yous with my heart, mind, and soul paying the ultimate prices. See, I was broken and possibly feeling lost forever to yous. I must own that, and I do, and having to live and deal with that forever. So through two beautiful children being birthed as close as can be, I felt like the parent on the outside watching yous from the bleachers. Constantly fucking up made my life to then becoming How Can P Get His Shit Together feature. To my girl, my angel and princess, I'm so proud of you and being there to lean on as well as a teacher. Your perseverance is something your father wishes to have and inspires him daily to be. You show me how to strive to be the best version of me by being dedicated, independent, educated, supported me through some of my darkest days to handing me my first and second year sobriety coins. Thank you and love you, making me armor-plated. To Junior, my sword and prince, and having daddy's attitude since day one, your temperament can make a flame go cold and ice turn to be hotter than the sun. You question the whys, getting upset with the answers, giving me flashbacks when I was you, being that one. Grateful you were a baby, unable to understand and see when a lot of things were getting out of hand. I can only hope as you grow from a teen to a young man that in your heart, mind, and spirit you understand that my world revolves around you. You're a leader, smart, kind, caring, and a helping hand to those that need it. That is a skill that is not earned, it's born with. I say these truths because that's what fathers do, show and admit their faults to help their seeds be better than them. So here's my fatherly advice that through my years hopefully will help you in your life. Don't let yourself break, but you can bend. That you are always worth more, never less than. That you could meet many people in your life, but only some will be true friends. Not every question always has an answer, and some situations that result in separation might not always be able to mend. See, I can't change the past and might never be able to remove the scars that I've put on you. Just know I will always look to the future, that the scars, God willing, won't happen or damn sure will be in the few. Because you will never understand all the scars your daddy had to go through. Just know that even in my death, I will always watch over and protect and love you. Because nobody picks what their life will be, but when we understand the life we have, it's only then we could understand what life we could look to create for our future. So I say thank you to the many men and women that have helped and guided me, believed in me, and most importantly, showed and gave love to me. For even a blind man is able to see, which in turn lets people under us grow to not make the same mistakes and hopefully be the best version they could be. Thank you from Paulie, not spoken P. Love you from your daddy. So you can find me at Spoken Words with a Z.NYC. We're doing a rooftop show this Sunday. Holla at me, anybody here afterwards, but thank you so much.
All right. So, coming up to the stage, right before our feature, who I will come back and introduce, no worries for that. Give it up for Bubblesz!
Peace, y'all. Before y'all do my tracks, I just have a quick word for y'all. I start and I stop. I start and then I stop. I start and then I drop everything, not because of laziness or lack of motivation. I believe the foundation of my procrastination is the fear of failing, and that's what causes this hesitation. What if it doesn't go the way that I planned? What if no one likes it? What if I actually get the thing that I'm working towards? Am I deserving? Can I actually have nice things? What would I do with them? Self-sabotage holding me back from reaching my goals because I start and then I stop believing in myself. I start questioning myself, and really I just need to stop and breathe for a moment, remembering my why for this thing that I'm creating, remembering that nothing grows in stagnation, and the only way to create a better life in situations, I must stay consistent and patient, and then I will overcome my procrastination. I'm just. Can you do you love me first? Yeah. This song is on my project. Actually, both are. I have a project on all streaming platforms called Love. Oh, I can't take this off the thing. I'm a cool. I dropped that. We got this. You, me, love and ecstasy. Want what you got, oh boy. Want what you got, boy. Want what you got, boy. Want what you got. I wanna be a bae, listen to the words I gotta say. Baby, when I'm wet, you ride the wave. When we in the room, I got the bass. Loving the look on your face. We have not met by mistake. Take a nightcap to my place. Let's take a trip where we end up in space. All in my fruits, know you love how it tastes. I want it now, no, I don't want no breaks. I see you picking up the pace. I enjoy the way you think. We connect to how we link. You, me, love and ecstasy. Oh, want what you got, oh boy. Want what you got. Do you love me? Do you love me? Said, do you love me? Do you love me? Said, do you love me? Do you love me? Said, do you love me? Thank you.
Thank you. I love you too. I tapped into Prince on that one, okay?
All right, cool. You could drop this next one. So this is for the ladies. So, just the next one. Oh, copy. Okay, I thought it was 5 minutes. Okay, cool. All right, that's fine. It's 2 minutes. Yeah, okay, it's only 2 minutes. Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you.
This is for the ladies.
I'm a lady ever since a little baby, following the light even when the sky is shady. They could never play me even though I know they hating. I ain't even mad, that be all that's demonstrating. Practicing patience, no longer in the room waiting. Distractions I'm evading, yo everybody mating. I'm just healing all my wounds so they won't end up generating. Demons observating, it could get frustrating. Seeing the reflections, now that part of me is fading. Started meditating, purging out the toxins, now inside it feels amazing. Got to motivating, cause this little lady can't take no more degrading. Not meant to be equating, yo, why we be debating? We can't put your essence in a rating. Said that on this record, so we keep that circulating. I'm a lady, yeah, such a little ladybug. Said I'm a lady, one get a slow lady hug. Said I'm a lady. Yo, said I'm a lady. See, you're a queen and you know that. Baby girl, you need to show that. Free your mind, I don't hold back. Scared of what, where your hope at? What are your dreams? Write it down, get your notepad. And be more careful how you cope that. Cause in your heart is where the real dope at. They could never put your price on a tote bag. Meditate, be unapologetic. Escape the box they all trying to fit in. There's beauty in every word of your sentence. From beginning to the ending. I'm a lady, yeah, such a little ladybug. Said I'm a lady, one get a slow lady hug. Said I'm a lady. Yo, said I'm a lady. Thank you. Thank you so much. You can check me out on Instagram. I'm at Bubblesz the Creative, but Bubblesz is spelled with the S and a Z, so BUBBLESZ. Also, check me out on June 28th. I have an open mic that I'm combining with holistic healing. So there'll be sound healing. I'm gonna do some interactive dancing. We're gonna shake out all of that tension that's in the body that we need to release. So holla at me and follow me and tap in. All right, thank you.
I've been seeing Bubblesz since I came back to the game. She was a feature at my very first feature performance, and she's phenomenal. I had no idea she was gonna hit us with rapid fire heat today. I expected a little longer, but I'm so excited. Both of those were phenomenal. I think that last piece might be my new favorite thing from you. Just saying. So I'm gonna do the halftime right after our feature. Because we're running so on schedule today, right? I'm gonna read some of this bio. Just some of this bio, but Stephanie Pacheco is the National Youth Poet Laureate of the United States. She's also served as the 2023 New York City inaugural New York State Youth Poet Laureate. She was also on the 2022 Urban Word Slam team. She is also beautiful. She is also a beast. She is also a brown woman from the Bronx. Stephanie is also one of my inspirations and a really good friend. I'm not gonna lie. My very, very first time considering coming back to poetry, I was introduced to Stephanie by one of my teammates, shout out Brittany Barker. And she was introduced to me as the future of poetry. And so I think that all of the things that have happened so far are only a testament to the truth of that statement. Stephanie Pacheco is absolutely the future of poetry. She's absolutely where it is going. And I'm so honored to get to bring her to this stage to you today. So give it up for Stephanie Pacheco.
I love you. I love you. Oh my gosh. That's me, y'all. This is crazy. Thank you for not reading that whole thing. Oh my gosh. I am just so appreciative of being here. I'm so appreciative of this moment, of being a witness to art, being a witness to community. It is such a blessing. My God, today, I'm really bad at introducing my poems. I'm working on it, but like, my poems just do all the talking for me, you feel me? So I'm gonna share 3 poems. 2 of them are new. In fact, they're like drafts. Well, yes, but I just feel like, I don't know, any stage that Sumbodies Mama lets me on, I feel like it's like a little playground. So I'm gonna play a little bit. I am such a deep believer in the ability of words to change the world around us. And that's so preachy, but it's so true. Poets move everything. And if we know that our words can be used to save lives, we ought to use them correctly. Oh my gosh. And there's so much on fire and there's so much blood everywhere. And so I'm sending out all the aid that I can, and that is through my deepest form of healing, and that's through my words. So that's on my heart today. These first 2 poems that I have are from a project that I'm working on this year, in which I am putting words into exactly that practice. There is this amazing organization called Alliance for Quality Education. They advocate against suspensions and unjust disciplinary practices in schools, all that good stuff. And they need some art, and I'm creating some art with them and Broadway Advocacy Coalition. And so it's just put me into this place of reflecting on my experiences growing up in New York City public schools. I'm a lifelong public school student. I'm still a public school student. I've been in this moment of reflection, of anger, of grief for all that has been taken from me, from my peers. And this first poem is a part of that reflection of anger and grief. It's not done. In fact, I feel like it kind of stops in the middle of the poem, but it's what I got. This is my playground today, y'all. So these are 15 questions for white teachers. That's the title. That's the poem. We can't contribute to the systems that we tryna, yeah, okay. Questions for white teachers. 1, how could you say that to a student? Was watching your mouth not a part of your training? What do you see in the face of a Black child that justifies this kind of behavior, this kicking open the door of a Black child's flesh with no warrant? 2, who did you learn that from? What correctional officer instructed you at Teach for America? Whose whip did you bring to the classroom in place of a whiteboard? 3, don't you feel sorry for bludgeoning the way you do? Do you fall asleep at night to the sound of a ship crossing the Atlantic Ocean or just screams? How could you, an innocent New York State progressive, mirror such violence? Doesn't this sound familiar to you? Haven't we been over this before? 4, when you called me wasted potential, what did you mean by that? When you said you're not a statistic because at least you can spell the word statistic, what did you mean by that? When you say kids like you, what do you mean by that? When you say good students and bad students, what do you mean by that? 5, when you said a good kid like me should go to a good school and pointed to a different borough, what did you mean by that? 6, what do you mean by those kids? What do you mean by other? What do you mean by I'm just trying to help? 7, do you feel the blood outpouring on the streets outside of your school, or is that only for bad kids? Do only loud students deserve to bleed? Where will you take your good kids during the police raid? Do they let Black kids into bunkers, or is that what you would consider a jail cell? 8, Explain an in-school arrest to me like I'm 5. Like I'm tasting a school floor and the gravel in my throat for the first time. Like this is both my introduction and exit from childhood. 9. Who do you think you're talking to? You think you're a master because you got a degree from Columbia's Teachers College? Because your degree has conquest written all over it. 10. Has anyone ever called you ghetto? They keep calling me that, inconsiderate of the slaughterhouse they call a school in your backyard, inconsiderate of the hanging bodies you frame as decoration, as proof of your expertise. 11. What do you think we're hiding? There are no guns under do-rags, no brass knuckle in my afro. Military tanks don't fit under bonnets, but I know you can hide a sniper in your lesson plan and call it history. I know papers can bleed too. I know textbooks remember my blood, but choke on amnesia to try and forget. And the poem is still being written. Okay. If you hear that poem in like 3 months and it sounds like a different poem, just appreciate it. Okay, so in this next poem, I was in reflection again about just my experiences being Black and poor in the poorest congressional district in the country, in the South Bronx, and going to school. And one of the things that is earliest policed in Black girls and in brown girls and just in Black young people in general is our bodies. And we all get regurgitated this narrative of make sure you're not asking for it. Make sure they can't blame you upon killing. And so this poem is, again, a draft. This is a conversation with a Black mom at the door, conversation with my Black mom at the door. Conversation with a Black mom at the door. I tell my mom I'm coming home soon. She says, not in that mini skirt, you're not. Not in that crop top showing off your soft, biteable bits, rib cage, and waistline silhouette. She says, not in that afro, not with no silk press, no wash and set, no hot comb, temple burn, and hair ash. She says, not with the volume turned all the way up in your hips. The objective is to have a sneaky arrival. If they don't see you coming, they can't kill you before you get there. You're not leaving with all that commotion in your throat, all that noisy thunder in your chest, lightning bolts draw too much attention. That purse is big enough for pepper spray, not for a tidal wave, not for a rocket launcher. Where are you going with all that attitude, with all that eyelash and flirt in your blink? Where are you gonna caress with all that red nail polish? Who you going with? You taking the train? You coming back home tonight? If you need an Uber, just text me. Call me when you get there. There we go. All right. So, how much time do I have left? We got a whole half of the show to go. Okay. All right, this is another draft. This is me recounting the experience of being young and going to a house party that you maybe wasn't supposed to be at in your hood. I was listening to this song, this little Get Light beat that's titled like A New York Party Sounds Like, and I was like, well, what does a New York party sound like? And this is, this my little, little free, these are all like free writes, all cooking, but I'm letting y'all into my kitchen. All right, so a New York party sounds like a reggae and dance hall song, slow dancing to bachata while rap song watches in awe. A New York party sounds like no music, sounds like dead silence, like good. I just remember this is gonna be on YouTube. I don't smoke, and that's what I'm gonna say. Sounds like dead silence, like, I got asthma, I can't. Like good weed chasing laughter to fill the air. A New York party sounds like the prayer held between lips for it to have been fireworks and not gunshots. A New York party sounds like we got school in the morning, but slow whining tonight. It sounds like this girl is somebody's ex and current partner and soon to be wife, but none of it matters when it's dark. Sounds like your mama told you not to come home, told you not grown, but this crop top wasn't hers to to wear tonight. It sounds like your mama on that couch waiting for your exposed midriff to arrive back home, as if her body wasn't made out of boombox and block party when she was your age. A New York party sounds like a good memory that future you will enjoy laughing at in between shifts. It wasn't the plan, but it is the execution. A New York party sounds like True Religion jeans and thrifted hoodies, septum piercings and sleeve tattoos like somebody's Gucci cologne and somebody else's Bath and Body Works watered down body mist kissing in the air. A New York party sounds like Riker's wet dream and a white principal's fake point proven. Sounds like I hope we all make it home in one piece and free. It sounds like the thing you talk about over a landline with a prison cell on the other side. A New York party sounds like screaming and shouting and sidewalk gossip like let this leave the group chat but not make it on the news. Sounds like handcuffs and uproar. Sounds like prayer over turntables. Sounds like the thick breath in everyone's lungs once the music stops. Thank you. Okay, I got one more. Those last two, I imagine being like together. It's like before the party and then at the party. Maybe there's a post-party situation. You know, there's just so much. Somehow it's a threat to be poor and in celebration despite. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'll close with this poem that I've done 1,000,001 times, and I'll do 1,000,001 more. And this poem is on my heart today specifically because as I was walking through the Lower East Side, I took the M14 bus, and I was sat next to this older Puerto Rican woman, and we were just kikiing. She turns to me, she's like, I love your hair, it reminds me of my granddaughter. I call her my negrita. And like, we just kikiing. She's telling me about how she's been in the Lower East Side for 58 years. That's a long time. That's a long time. She's been in LES for 58 years. She was, now I'm just talking. Y'all gonna have to cut me off. But she's been in LES for 58 years. She remembers coming as a teen from Puerto Rico and the 3-bedroom apartment that she was renting with her mother, that her mother was renting for her and for her other 8 children was only $25 at the time, a month. Ain't this crazy? $25, that's basically free. And we were just talking about how much things are changing, and we were just having like this shared moment between us, like, I hope they don't kick everyone out. Like, I hope they don't kick out everyone that this land belongs to. And it was like this quiet moment of grief, but also of like, but they might do it anyway. And this poem is always on my heart specifically because I feel like it captures my experience as a New Yorker the way that I will remember it, because you can't gentrify my memory, you can't gentrify my heart, and this is the best introduction I could give people to myself. And so I'll close with this because it's on my heart today and because I can. So maybe y'all have heard it before, but no, you haven't. So here we go. Okay, and shout out to the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx. I got a New York Yankees chain. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my hometown. I talk about it often. This poem is about the Bronx, but clearly is about all of us and this whole city and the whole country and all of what they can't steal. So, field trips called for a walk to the bodega the morning of. Demanded a bacon, egg, and cheese of my $5. Said we gon' eat before we go to the Bronx Zoo. Always on the D train, always on Wednesdays, always free entry. The train was us hood kids' magic vessel into Wonderland. We made steel poles our enchanted forest, wished upon the stars of its lights, and tapped our feet to the sound of the underground roar. We say, the most Bronx trip you could attend was the Bronx Zoo. Was the one that was cheapest for the school budget. Was the one that all of our mommies could afford. Was the other place where caged beings live. Say the mark of nativity is watching other things in capture, is being a witness to the cage, is celebrating the fact that at least we voyage together. Say we dream of home too. I say I'm from New York, and I mean I've been going to the same braiding shop on Fordham since I was 11. I found the rhythm of fingers twirling my hair into soil and blossom and named it my favorite beat. I say I'm from New York, and I mean I recite Hey Ma by Cameron and Dile al Amor by Aventura in my sleep. I mean, I dream of song. These be the gospel tunes that made block aunties and tias jump up in praise. I mean, La Pompa, the fire hydrant, was our baptism, and these streets are my church. I say I began to count the pigeons, how they became holy in my chest too. You black-winged angel, you remind us all of flight. I mean, we dance to anything. The no music clap applies to all situations. It fills the void of disremembering. I say light feet, and we stomp hard, and we don't stay still. I say I'm from New York, and I mean my high school didn't have a gym or an auditorium or a first week ritual that didn't involve a memorial. I mean, they keep trying to shut down my library to build a precinct in its place. I mean, I learned my poverty by learning other people's wealth. I say underfunded. I say we hungry. I say I am song. I say concrete palace. I say my mother built this. I say my people are buried here, so it must be mine. I say I hold these bodies like the ground does, and I mean, I'm gonna make it home, mama. I mean, this city won't swallow me. I mean, this country can't pick me from its teeth. I mean, gentrifiers better make room for us. I mean, we gon' eat before we go. I mean, we coming. I mean, we here. I mean, if these city lights are my stars, then I'm not too far from them at all. I mean, if the pigeons can fly, then I can too. I say we black and brown and poor and trans and queer, we're eternal. We build, so we burn. It is cultural practice to refuse to die. Thank you, Nuyorican, my God. Thank you. Y'all are always home. Thank you so much. Long live the poets and the poetry. Y'all can follow me right there so you can see the final versions of my poems once they're done, if it happens.
I didn't know that. My bad. Listen, I wasn't ready. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you so much, guys. Follow Stephanie on Instagram at Stephanie. What is it? Oh, look, it's up here at the Stephanie Pacheco. Correct. Check you out, like the Bronx, the Stephanie Pacheco. Hello. I'm from the town. All right. So this is the nice part of the show where I get to do this little dance with Paul from the control room and Chris on the sound. So it's our halftime show, and I got like a new script here. It's a little new. So we're doing it's different. My list is different today, Paul. Hold on. I feel like, here it is. All right, cool. So first slide, here we are. The Nuyorican Bowery Slam happens weekly every Monday at the Bowery Poetry Club. The winner of that slam gets $20 cash money. I won this Monday. I want to let you know, I got an empanada from Empanada Mama. I got a Coke from Empanada Mama. Somebody drove me home so I didn't have to buy a Metro card. And I got a slice of pizza. Is you shitting me? $20. $20. Okay, next slide. Oh, wait, no, I lied. There will be no slam on Monday, the 30th of June. Okay, cool. But if you win that Monday, you get to come to the Final Friday, and that's what this slide is about. The Final Friday Slam is a monthly on the last Friday of the month slam at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. It happens at 9:30 p.m. sharp. It never happens at 9:30 p.m. sharp, but be there on time. Winners from the Nuyorican Bowery Slam compete against each other and are invited to this Friday. The winner of this Friday gets $100 cash money. That's like 5 empanadas, 5 slices of pizza. That's like, whoa, hold on, you might could buy you a carton of eggs. Don't get too excited. I said you might could buy you a carton. And then you get nominated to compete in the annual Grand Slam. I happen to be the Grand Slam champion as well. I know that. Give it up. It's kind of crazy. I don't know how I did that. God be with me. Okay. The next slide. Hey, that's me. This is Woman Orator Wednesday, and all of our open mics will happen here at Loisaida. All of our acts are open for any kind of arts. If you want to break dance, if you want to beatbox, if you know, as long as there's no hate speech, no nudity, you could sing, you could do a little poem. Paul, the guy from the control room, he actually like got up here and gave us facts last week. I love that. Last month. Okay. Then we have all of our open mics that happen here at the Loisaida Center. They're gonna be live streamed on our YouTube. This is for the Nuyorican, the second and the fourth Wednesday of the month, right? So the second and the fourth Wednesday of every month, we're gonna have an open mic here. It's hosted by Brian, the motel guy? Is it new? Okay, that's so cool. I love Brian the Motel Guy. Brian the Motel Guy is your new host for the second and the fourth Wednesday open mics that'll be happening here. So they will also be live streamed. Okay, next slide. Oh, yes, just to be clear. I will not be here, nor will Brian the Motel Guy be here for the next 2 months. We're having a hot poet summer. And so you can probably catch me out on these streets, but you will not catch me in here, okay? So please just remember again, we will start up again in September, okay? All right, next slide. This is our QR code. You can find all of our events here. So from our weekly every Monday slam to the, this is the wrong page. Boop, 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 boop. To the online open mics, the slam workshops, the teen open mic, tickets and info for everything like our NJ Pack open mic collabs, our NYC Poetry Festival at Governor's Island, and much, much more. Go ahead and scan that code. And then our last slide of this beautiful dance, you can join our Patreon. You can check out all of the new exciting things we have here. It's only a $10 subscription. Woo, say it with me. It's only $10. That's basically free. Exactly. So go on and sign up. And then you can also donate, because the Nuyorican Poets Cafe is a nonprofit 501c3 organization. Ticket sales and grants do not cover all of our programs and operation expenses, so donations, no matter how big or small, are always welcome and they're tax deductible. Shout outs to that. So go ahead and scan that code there, okay? Awesome. We have only 30 minutes left in this show. I have one person who did not get to touch the mic. And then I have a few people who did want to go for the second round. What I'm gonna do is that we're gonna let the ladies on the list who wanted to go for a second round, go for a second round. Ladies, in this second round, you will only have 4 minutes. There will be a timer set. You will hear it go off if you exceed your 4 minutes, okay? And then we're gonna have Ron. Ron, honestly, we're gonna have you come up first because I wanna close out with the women, okay? All right, cool. So, give it up. Oh wait, no, I lied to you. On deck, I have Jackie the Poetic Therapist. But coming up to the stage right now, and like I really didn't know this was gonna happen. I love you, Ron. You're so amazing. You're such a, like, Ron, I didn't even know Ron was writing poetry. Everybody give it up for Ron. Yeah, no, you're not first, Ron. You're in the middle of my show.
No, so she gently pressured and said, Ron, Chris, Paul, so hi, guys. Hey. So yeah, I do write poetry. I haven't written too much lately, but I pulled up a very short poem from like 4 years ago from the pandemic. And I wrote this to encourage myself and all of our fellow writers. And I called it Shine On. Shine on, writer. Have courage. Shine your light. Pull out your deepest thoughts. And don't be afraid to write. Don't hesitate to pen down silly or happy or serious lines. Others may not understand, but at least you will be out of your own confines. Spread your love, reveal your hurt, shine your cure as best as you can. Your fearlessness may be the medicine or remedy for another woman or man. Be confident, be smart, be resilient, and keep going. Never ever worry or think of stopping or slowing. Even if you don't see light in everything you do, keep writing. It will free you. It will make you, you. Of course, take a rest when needed to recharge and refuel your light. In the meantime, bring out your inner beauty and keep shining bright. Thank you, that's it. Thank you. You guys really inspire me. It's so amazing. I am one of the staff in the background, of the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I will come with more poetry in the fall, So you can find me online. Thank you for. You can find me online at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Ron Marc Thomson. We're gonna put all the Instagram handles for everyone that put it on the sign-up sheet in the live stream description. And also, just to remind you, even though we're not gonna be here at the Loisaida Center during July and August, we have plenty of other events, to come to, including Sumbodies Mama will be with us in New Jersey at NJPAC in July. We're gonna have an open mic at the Bronx Documentary Center, and we're gonna be at the Poetry Festival on Governor's Island. So come and check us out. And and I also want to give one more shout out to Stephanie. She will be guest teaching next week's slam workshop. It's usually Tony, but Tony will be with you guys at the slam, the nationals. But so Stephanie, if you want to learn from her, her poetry was amazing. Thank you, Sumbodies Mama. Appreciate everybody. Okay.
All right. So, on deck, I have Hannah. Hannah, you did want to come up and do a second piece? Yes, no? If you don't, that's fine. Yes, you do. Cool. All right. So, on deck, I have Hannah. But coming up to the stage, one more time, give it up for Jackie, the Poetic Therapist. Oh, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. And she got so much swag. It's the swag for me.
Yes, thank you. So this is called Cyclical Cycles, and it's his first time outside. So this is new. It's new and all that. All right, so here we go. Cyclical cycles of recycling old shit that shouldn't be recycled. That's why you're always speeding and ramped up just like a motorcycle. Always stepping on the gas, never learning, though in class your ass is green, serene, but yet you're always mowing grass. Feet in the grass, but yet it's like you're always towing glass. You should recycle it. Instead, you throw it in the trash. Instead, you throw it in the trash until your ass is grass, or your ass is glass, or your ass is shattered, or your glass is shattered. Then your ass is shattered then your ass is scattered in the fire. Question: Why are we working so hard not to retire? This ish ain't funny. It's sad, it's tired, it's satire. This queen is king, just call me sire. I work, I lead, I work through fatigue, so don't call me tired. I work like I was birthed in fatigue. I'm a soldier in this game of life. Player one out of billions, balling in my own court until the ball is in my court and I own court until I'm old corpse. We all have a life course and we all deserve to ball on life's court until we're done running our life's course. Of course, in life, we're all players, we're all soldiers, we're all fatigued. So in life, we must all position ourselves as player number one and believe we could own the league. It's our individual responsibility because we cannot love anything or anyone if we cannot love ourselves. And that's that. That's fact. That fact being written in any other way is ASCAP. This is one perspective we must all agree to. We cannot love anything if we do not love ourselves, and that's on period. So stop spiraling like a little girl. That's on period. Stop spiraling in these cyclical behaviors of recycling garbage through so many periods of our lives, on and off every few weeks like a period. These cynically cyclical cycles of cynical is clinically diagnosable. It's also highly coachable. If you could just be a good sport and stop coaching the roach in you. Get to it now. Stomp out the roach in you before your spirit becomes unroachable, unapproachable, unreachable, before your beauty gets snubbed by the beast in you. Let's go, big dog. Unleash it. Do. You're constipated. Do it now. No more debating. No more cynical cycling in circles with squares that hurt you. No more cynical cycles of recycling garbage that hurts you and our planet. Wow. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, give it up for this black beautiful therapist. She said, do now. You're constipated. That was phenomenal. Listen, I am here all for it. All right. So, we were going to do all the women on the list who wanted to go twice. Bubblesz, you did 2 tracks in the beginning, but you still got something for the second round? Always. All right. So, last person on my open mic for the night will be Bubblesz. But coming to the stage right now and for the second time, give it up for Hannah. Hannah's like, she's a little taller than me.
Perfect. Thank you. So this one I have done previously, so I apologize for anyone who's heard this before. But this is for Sumbodies Mama's son. Because I was so flattered. Okay. This is a poem about turning 25 and my quarter-life crisis. In grade school, I used to play a game called The Floor is Lava. The goal of the game? To not touch the ground. If you fall, then you drown. We swung from monkey bars, jumped between swings, ran through the playground to try and survive the round. But as I grew up, I found out it was never really solid ground. The floor is lava. When I was in grade school, my parents crafted my view of the world. Their opinions were my facts, soothing me with a certainty I lacked. They turned the lava to igneous and new viscosity with their answers to my insatiable curiosity. Their grown-up assurance temporarily quenched my thirst, making me temporarily averse to the thought that the floor is lava. This year, I turned 25. This year so far has felt like a nosedive into the volcano, and I have to learn how to survive. When I was in grade school, volcanoes were just vinegar and baking soda. The key to an eruption was a self-controlled disruption, my science teacher told us. He was old and smart, so we assumed his words were true. The scientific laws he taught proved some kind of greater order. There must have been a scientific law that said when I turned 25, I would order the quarter-life, quarter-pounder crisis when I learned that even scientific laws can have exceptions. None of them fully true, except that the floor is lava. At least right under the ground, under 7 different plate tectonics. Maybe that's why I'm stumbling after 7 gin and tonics. Blame it on the magma moving below. The instability making me wish I could furlough 25, or at least slow down the thought that we're all just playing a game of the floor is lava. Except that the monkey bars look more like cute boys at the bar. And the swings look more like my drink going clink. And the playground looks more like a night on the town. Now that I'm 25, I'm still searching for something to quench my thirst. But I'm still not sure if it's the drinking or the lava that'll finally make me drown. Thank you, everyone.
My 6-year-old kid probably hates that my girlfriend has this streaming, and he probably hates all poetry, but that one's always gonna bring a smile to his little face. And now I'm gonna go home and play The Floor is Lava again. It's gonna be so exciting. We have no school tomorrow either. Ooh, it's lit. I'm sorry. I used to be cooler than this before I had a child. Okay, so last on the open mic list, give it up for Bubblesz.
Peace, y'all. Okay, so we're celebrating our women tonight and every night, okay? So this one is very interactive. So when I point at you, I want y'all to say, who you calling a bitch? Okay?
Can we test it out?
Who you calling a bitch?
All right, cool. Like who you calling a bitch? Oh, he think he made a diss. Watch how you talk out your lip when you address a goddess. Or are those the same lips you use your mama to kiss? I see that you need some love, so yo, I ain't gonna flip. I use my words to equip.
Who you calling a bitch?
Respect that you need a grip, and since I'm rubber your glue, I know that this gonna stick.
Who you calling a bitch?
You cannot walk in my shoes, your foot it ain't gonna fit, cause you don't know what it's like. I birthed you ain't got the gift. He mad that he couldn't hit, he mad that ain't want the dick.
Who you calling a bitch?
And if I was a dog, you be the tick that I itch, disease that's parasitic.
Who you calling a bitch?
The bars, the antiseptic, for mines that's still on the ship, I see the chains on your neck.
Who you calling a bitch?
We gotta free ourselves quick. I am the one that got picked to heal the ones that are sick. So yo, I ain't gonna quit. Man, I was built for this shit. It's like I'm made out of brick.
Who you calling a bitch?
I'll make them cease and desist with just a flick of my wrist. I'll use these words as my fists.
Who you calling a bitch?
Call Brooks for the assists. I think that they got the gist, so now they calling me miss.
Who you calling a bitch?
Thank you.
I have just a few things to say before I let you guys go. So, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for all of the artists that touched the microphone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're amazing. Thank you for everyone who has been here for all of my open mics here for this season. And thank you for understanding that all poets need a hot poet summer. And so we will be back in the fall. I am the Grand Slam champion for the Nuyorican. I'm also a team member for the Nuyorican. And we are going away to Southern Fried, which is our Poetry Nationals on the 10th. Thank you. But today our team was actually supposed to be at a scrimmage that was supposed to help raise money for one of our, I hate to call them a competitor, because in a world where like all the poets just need to be heard and not competing, they're just other poets that I would love to be able to make it to this beautiful festival. And we were supposed to be at a fundraiser, but scheduling didn't work out. And so if you do not follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is SUM, like the sum of numbers, BODIES, one word, SUMBODIES _ MAMA. In my story,
I've posted a link to the GoFundMe for Connecticut's slam team. Their name is Verbal Slap. And if you can give anything, please click the link in the story. Donate anything to help these poets make it out to Tennessee. If you can share the link, if you can share the story, do that as well. I'm gonna leave you guys with a poem. And you know what? I know exactly what poem I'll leave you with. Let me tell you a little story. My name is Jessica. My real name is Jessica. I used to perform 13 years ago under my real name. I stopped performing for many reasons. One of them was because the community did not feel welcoming or warm for me anymore. And one of the reasons that that community did not feel welcoming or warm anymore has showed back up in my life. They are a person, and I was recently told that I do not have to attend the send-off that we're having for my team because that person might be in attendance. And we can't stop that person from being in attendance. We can't stop the spaces that I inhabit from being uncomfortable or unsafe for me. So I want to invite everyone in this room to come out on June 9th to the Nuyorican send-off, because I will need all the love in the room that I can have. Because, I don't know, for whatever reason, this person wants to be in the same space as me. I don't know. But this poem is about that person. I wrote it when I was like 18 years old. So in a world where like she might could see this since she's clearly very concerned with where I'm at and what I'm gonna be doing. This is dedicated to the fish in this poem. I bumped into Samantha the other day. Samantha thinks she's a god. She used to be mine. My used to be god slept with a fish who cut all her hair off. This fish came before our love. I guess that's why I thought our union was an ocean. Something smelled fishy. This fish has been around. 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 Excuse me, I skip sometimes. My heart is a scratch record. My used to be god got a thing for damaged women. This fish wears her scales like shards of glass. Most people are just fascinated by the way the light bounces off. But I bought a pair of stunner shades. I'm cool like that. Been sitting in my broken for so long. I am bird, could walk a shiver up, down, and straight through you, but I still can't look my used to be God in her eyes. Samantha's eyes are a blue moon, no holiday. Billy didn't sing that song, and I am not enough jazz, and there is no flower in my hair. Samantha turned girl into Winehouse. Now I'm stuck singing rehab like addiction. Been strung out on her love for so long. My mama said I got an aftertaste like nooses, clothesline, acrobat, balance beam like scale. I got scales too. The stars say I am a fish too. Funny what I let the constellations tell me about myself. My used to be God got a thing for fish, but my swim isn't as vast as hers. I mean, this fish has been around. Actually occupied the space inside of one of Samantha's disciples before, the one who wears Excalibur like an ink stain, but he won't know. At least not for a while. See, my used to be God cannot walk on water, but is no stranger to discretion. Her mouth is a confessional. I left all my sins there. My used to be God is always 92 degrees. Our love child is global warming, and I think that's all the remains of us smell like fish, disciples in a burning planet. I bumped into Samantha the other day. Her body is a prayer I will not allow my knees to bend for. She thinks she's a god. She used to be mine. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for making this such a wonderful season of Women Orator Wednesdays. Shout outs to y'all. Shout outs to the poetry. Have a beautiful summer. That's it. We out.